Okay, there's a lot of videos out there that say stuff like this. The reason you can't tell the Earth is spinning or the Earth is rotating is because of A, B, and C, blah, 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 blah. Well, okay, ask me. Why can't you feel the Earth spin? Because it's not. It's not spinning. Hey everybody, in this video I'm going to debunk Einstein. Einstein said a long time ago that there's no experiment you can do to prove whether or not the Earth is moving or in motion or rotating. Okay, something like this. He says,
while I was thinking of this problem in my student years, I came to know the strange result of Michelson-Morley's experiments. I came to the conclusion that our idea about the motion of the Earth with respect to the ether is incorrect. If we admit Michelson's null result as a fact, this was the first path which led me to the special theory of relativity. Since then, okay, here's the part. Since then, I have come to believe that the motion of the Earth cannot be detected by any optical experiment. Though,
here's where he just proclaims,
though the Earth is revolving around the sun. Now, P-brane here thinks he has an experiment to debunk me. I would like to see it, P-brane.
Okay, Mr. Einstein, I'm going to show you, Mr. Einstein. And of course there's no experiment to show the Earth is rotating, because you're trying to show something that's not real. The Earth is not rotating, so of course you can't show that it's rotating. But what I can show is that it's not rotating. Let's go. I have a rotating disk. This represents the equator. I have all these pennies on here. Now, when I start to spin, the pennies are going to move out and reshape the Earth into an oblate spheroid, P-brane, with an equatorial bulge of 14 miles high. This is what they say. Newton came up with this, all backed by Neil deGrasse Tyson and everybody else, that the Earth's rotating and we have a bulge, an equatorial bulge. They even say it's bigger on the bottom. Newton said there's a bulge, a 14-mile high bulge due to this 1,000-mile-per-hour rotation. Okay, and so what I'm going to show is, I'm going to spin this and you're going to hear the pennies move out. Here we go. Okay, they're moving out, and when they stop, now this is just a cross section of the Earth, like slicing the equator. Slicing the ball in half at the equator, lifting the top half of the ball off so you can see the equator in the midsection. Now, all of the as this moves out, as the coins move out, which represent the ground, the beyond measurable weight of rock, dirt, everything moving out and upward from center 14 miles high around the equator, what I want to show is what equilibrium is, too. That the reason these are in equilibrium now, considered to be in equilibrium, is because they've stopped shifting. Now here's the key. Here's the key. The reason they've stopped shifting and filling in the ground that's vacated in front of it is not because the rotation has stopped, but because the ground has bunched up against itself. That's why it's considered to be in equilibrium. The poles are basically hardly even moving. It's like the hour hand of a clock, right? They fall in, fill in the gaps, and it fills in to the point where the ground is no longer moving, and that's considered equilibrium. And as you recall back, I did a video on with Newton here in this big hole. All sinkholes, all huge holes, go to the beach and dig a hole. Everything should fill in immediately towards the equator. Because remember, we are still under that same rotational speed of 1,000 miles per hour around the rim or the equator that caused all this beyond measurable weight to move. But yet, they forgot about us on the surface. They forgot about the water. The water, we would have the majority of the entire, almost the entire equator would be filled with water, 14 miles high. And all the air particles and clouds, all the animals, creatures, all of us would have to be moved to the equator and also in equilibrium. Okay, so, and that's something we do not see. So let's go back to this. We see the coins. They're in equilibrium now. They're rotating same speed, but nothing's moving. Now, I'm going to stop it. just so I can put my Lego guys on. They're a little hard to see, but now they are on the coins that are in equilibrium. They are on the ground that's considered an equilibrium. So let's start rotating. Let's get back up to speed. And you can hear them moving now. That scratching sound, that's the Legos moving. And let me slow down here. Okay, they're in equilibrium. And then we slow down, bring it to a stop so you can see them. They are now piled up at the equator too. They are on the ground that is considered to be in equilibrium. This is an experiment that shows that though the ground has stopped and is considered in equilibrium, the Earth is still rotating, my disk is still rotating, and when you put anything or people on top of the disk, on top of the coins that are in equilibrium, the ground, they still move and they have to get into equilibrium. That's the point. So Einstein debunked rotating and that we're in equilibrium and that's why we don't feel the rotation. Debunked. The Earth rotation is debunked. There is no rotation to the Earth. It can't be. It's not possible. You can't be on the very ground that is under the 1,000-mile-per-hour rotation, a rotation that is bulging the ground outward 14 miles high and is only stopped, not because the Earth stopped rotating, but because the ground filled in and wedged up against itself. That's the only reason it stopped. We on the surface would also have to move. This is just reality. It's like you make a little electronic car and say, I'm going to show how great this car is and how smooth. And I put a full cup of coffee in the console and go ahead and let it drive around. And as it's pulling in, boom, it smashes into a tree, dents in the whole front end. And you go, yeah, but the coffee never spilled a drop. That's not possible. Same thing here. It's not possible to be on the ground that is bulging 14 miles high due to the current rotation of 1,000 miles per hour. Not possible, as I've showed in the video. All right, thanks everybody. Thanks for tuning in.